Do you ever feel tired, even when you've done nothing all day? Not physically tired, but mentally drained, like your brain just won't shut up? You replay conversations, imagine worst-case scenarios, overanalyze every little thing. And the worst part? You know you're overthinking, but you can't stop. That's not laziness. That's not weakness. That's a mind that's stuck in survival mode. There's a silent struggle that millions of people go through every single day, and from the outside, you would never notice it. They look completely normal. They laugh, they work, they socialize. But inside their mind, it's chaos. A constant stream of thoughts, questions, doubts, and what-ifs that never seem to end. This is what it feels like to be an overthinker. Overthinking isn't just thinking too much. It's when your mind starts working against you. You send a simple message, and suddenly your brain starts spiraling. Was that okay? Did I sound weird? Why haven't they replied yet? Did I mess something up? Within seconds, your mind creates a problem out of nothing. Psychologically, this happens because your brain is trying to protect you. It believes that if it can analyze every situation deeply enough, it can prevent pain, rejection, or failure. So it scans everything, your words, your actions, people's reactions, searching for hidden meanings and possible threats. But here's the truth no one tells you. Your brain is not designed to make you happy. It's designed to keep you safe. And sometimes, safety means overthinking everything. This is why overthinkers are often highly aware people. They notice details others ignore. They think deeply. They feel deeply. But that same ability becomes a trap, because instead of helping them move forward, it keeps them stuck. They replay conversations from hours ago. They imagine problems that don't exist. They hesitate, doubt, and delay decisions. Not because they're incapable, but because their mind won't let them rest. And slowly, this turns into a loop. You think too much leads to you feeling anxious, leads to you avoid action, leads to, and then you overthink even more. A loop that drains your energy, kills your confidence, and makes even simple decisions feel overwhelming. And the most dangerous part? It feels like you're being productive, like you're figuring things out. But in reality, you're just running in circles inside your own mind.
And after a while, something even more subtle begins to happen. You stop trusting yourself. Not loudly, not suddenly, but slowly. At first, it's small things. Choosing what to say, deciding what to do, replying to a message. But then it grows. Bigger decisions start feeling heavier. You think more, delay more, question more. Until one day you realize, you're not making decisions anymore. You're just trying to avoid making the wrong one. And that fear, that constant pressure to be right, keeps you stuck. Because overthinking doesn't just create noise, it creates doubt. And doubt, repeated over time, turns into hesitation. Hesitation turns into inaction. And inaction quietly turns into regret. Not the loud kind of regret, but the heavy kind. The kind that whispers, I could have done more. I should have tried. What if things were different? And the painful part is, deep down, you know you had the potential. You had the ideas. You had the chances. But your mind kept pulling you back. Again and again and again. This is how overthinking steals your life. Not in one big moment, but in small missed moments that slowly add up. A conversation you didn't start. An opportunity you didn't take. A risk you didn't allow yourself to try. And the worst part? Most of these things weren't even real dangers. They were just possibilities your mind created. Scenarios that felt real, but never actually happened. That's the illusion of overthinking. It makes imagination feel like reality. It makes fear feel like truth. And if you're not careful, you start living your entire life reacting to things that don't even exist. But here's where everything can change. You don't need to silence your mind. You don't need to fix yourself. And you definitely don't need to become someone else. Because overthinking is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It's a sign that your mind has been trained to overprotect you, to keep you safe from embarrassment, from rejection,
from failure. But in trying to protect you from pain, it also protects you from growth. And growth only happens when you step into uncertainty. So the shift begins when you understand one simple truth. Not every thought deserves your attention. Just because a thought appears doesn't mean you have to follow it. You can notice it without believing it. You can hear it without obeying it. And in that small gap between the thought and your reaction, you find freedom. Because that's where your real power is. Not in controlling your thoughts, but in choosing your response. You can feel doubt and still take action. You can feel fear and still move forward. You can overthink and still decide. And the more you do this, the weaker overthinking becomes. Not overnight, but gradually, quietly, until one day something feels different. The same thoughts might still appear, but they don't control you anymore. They don't stop you. They don't define you. You start acting faster, living lighter, breathing easier. And for the first time, you realize what it feels like to be present, to experience life as it is, not as your mind imagines it. So if you've been feeling stuck in your own head, if your thoughts feel overwhelming, if you're tired of analyzing everything, remember this. You don't need a perfect mind to live a good life. You just need the courage to not listen to every thought. Because your life is not waiting for you to think it through perfectly. It's waiting for you to live it. And maybe, just maybe, the moment you stop trying to control everything in your mind is the moment you finally feel free.